Aloha! This is Maya Ananda bringing you real wisdom from the Gentle Feather Institute here on the big island of Hawaii. And today we're going to talk about attachment to objects. One of there's so many challenging aspects of loss, isn't there? But one of the more challenging is after the initial shock of losing someone and sitting in that grief is looking around and seeing all of this stuff and wondering what to do with it. And I share this with you. Number one is this is a journey for you and you alone, and really of connecting with yourself to see where you are in this journey. Don't ever allow someone to force you to a place that you're not ready to go to yet. You know, everyone is different in this world, and there's those that just rip the Band-Aid and go, yep, gonna get rid of all this stuff today. Can't be bothered anymore. And then there's others like my grandmother who never got rid of my grandfather's things. They just remained in the closet where he had placed them, and that was it. Both are okay. It's about you. And as I've said many times, grief is a journey of one and many. It's the journey within and really connecting to yourself, really listening to yourself and honoring yourself each and every moment in this particular journey. And then the journey of connecting to others who are in the same space and they get it. So many people want to share their thoughts when we're in this place of grief, because so much of the world really can't be in that space of stickiness, right? Grief is about as raw as it gets. When you lose someone, your heart is just ripped out. So connecting to yourself. So let's talk about energy a little bit, and we're going to talk a lot about that in 2022. I've just spent the morning designing some workshops and putting some webinars together. We'll start straight off in January. So if you haven't already, please connect to our blog site and gentlefeatherinstitute.com and sign up for our newsletter, because I'll be sending stuff out right after the holidays. So some energy work. I have here my little dog sweater. Let's just say this is an object from your house. Belonged to someone that is no longer here. And you're sitting there with this, just example of something and wondering, what do I do with this? Do I get rid of it? Do I leave it? What do I do? So here's a little exercise. And what we say is really needing to connect to yourself. So you can, if you're unsure, and there's not a clear direction of a sense that's coming to you, try this exercise. You sit with this thing in your mind and you imagine that you've given it away. Let's say you've given it to Goodwill and it's gone. It's not coming back into your house. Sit with that visualization. Imagine that, and then you tap into your own body and you see how you feel. Now, there's two directions of energy. There's light up here and there's heavy down here, and they both are very distinct. A lightness, some people ask me, what does it mean to feel light? Well, you actually feel light. You feel, you could feel excited, you feel joyful. Joy, in grief is a long way off sometimes. So we just feel a little bit lighter. I rarely we'll say better or worse. We're going to use terms such as lighter, and we'll use terms such as heavier, because how do you really define better in grief? Grief doesn't get better, it gets different. So we're going to use new vocabulary here at the Gentle Feather Institute, which I hope will grow within your own circles. So you imagine that you've given it away, it's gone, it's not coming back. Now, how do you feel? Do you feel like you can breathe a little bit more? There's a little bit more space in your lungs. Your energy field has been lifted because that object is gone. It feels like the good thing to do. It feels like the right thing to do for you and that moment. Okay, that's definitely a sign. Or is it the opposite spectrum? You're sitting with that and you start to feel panic. And I'll give you a perfect example. On this past Saturday, I took went through some boxes that have not been gone through after my husband's passing, and at this making of this video, it will be 3 years in January. So we're a little bit down that road. But I found one of my daughter's books that she used to read with my husband, and I had decided in that moment to get rid of it, throw it away. It was a bit tattered, a bit torn. She's not going to read it anymore. And as I'm driving to the dump, I felt that sense of panic. And I said, okay, I don't know if I could do this. I don't think this is the right thing to do for me in this moment. So I actually went to the dump and then dug through that garbage bag and pulled it out. And now it's back on the shelf. So that's definitely a sense that you're not ready. And maybe we'll never be ready. Maybe that's a thing that's precious for you that brings back a sense of comfort. You know, when we talk about objects, we really need to see how they make us feel, because everything is energy and everything is communicating to us 24/7 something. So getting back to our example, you know, is it making you feel lighter? That's my dog down here wanting to be known. Is it making you feel lighter, or is it bringing that sense of panic, bringing that sense of heaviness? I really need to hold on to this for just a little bit longer. For whatever the reason, it doesn't matter. It's all about each and every moment, how you're feeling at that time and place, right? We can't be buried in objects. We can't keep everything. Although I say this, and like I said, my grandmother never got rid of anything, so I guess, you know, there are no can'ts. There are no can'ts. There are no shoulds and shouldn'ts. It's just you and your journey. And what I can offer you is some tips into really feeling into, for you, what's the right thing to do. You know, shut out the world. This is a journey within, tapping into yourself. So if you're sitting today and thinking, yeah, I'm going to maybe go through some things and try this exercise, does it make me feel lighter? Does it make me feel, you know, like you can breathe? And yeah, okay, that's something I'm going to just give away, have it move on, you know, to its next destination. Or am I not quite ready yet? Am I not quite there yet because it's bringing that sense of panic or just a heaviness or a dread or just not feeling right in that moment? It's okay. Hold on to it. Hold on to it. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe next year, that will be the time. And that's okay too. So there'll be lots more about energy, lots more tips on what to do with all the stuff that we're left with. This is Maya Ananda, bringing you real wisdom from the Gentle Feather Institute here on the beautiful, can you see, big island of Hawaii. Have a great day.